Hey everyone, it's Spurs Rail 96 here. Welcome to another Train Sim World live stream. I hope you're all doing well out there and have had a good weekend and a good start to a new week that is once more upon us. For today's live stream, I thought I'd go back in time and take a look at one of the routes that came with the base Train Sim World free game. Haven't been on it for quite some time, and that route is the longest route in the game. Germany's Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel to Würzburg route. So we're going to have some fun on there. Drive two different services with two different trains. So we will... King of the Castle, which one's that? That's the standard one. What's this one? Ice in your veins. Oh, that's with the different liveries, right? I see. We can't do that one. They're all locked, mostly. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, we'll have to exit that. And find the route. On timetables, I've got everything installed, so it shouldn't be a problem. We'll take the 401 out for a spin. There's, I think we'll use the green liveried one. I think. Why not? And we will do. What shall we do? We will go from, I think, I want to do Kassel to Würzburg, if I can, a full length run. There's one there. I think that'll do, have a bit of cloud. Some light cloud. There we go. Turn it down. It's a bit loud in my headset. Right. Hey, Slovak Ball Mapper and Mark Moss. Hey, hope you're well. Welcome. This will be a very high-speed style of stream, that's for sure. Okay, so this service is going from Hamburg, Altona to München Hauptbahnhof. 14 car train, that's 2 power cars, ICE 1, 401 units, and then the rest obviously are the coaches. We will do the usual bits and pieces before we begin. Turn on the motion blur to aid the streams. Performance, yes, there we go. Reverser into the forward position. Put the brake into step 2 as I prefer. What side of the platform are we on? Imagine the right. Yep, okay, that's good. Headlights, I think we'll have it at bright, considering it will be dusk and maybe early evening will set in. Right, we got to turn everything on. AFB. Which one is it? That one, isn't it? I haven't been on this unit for a very long time. Engine room, gangway lights. Just in case, I'll put them on just if I have to go into the engine room, the electrical room. What else? Parking brake. Should be okay. Right, let's go to the back wall here and find what we need to press or switch. None. No Sifa? Ah, there it is. See it. Oh, Sifa's already on. And LZB. Okay, so they're already turned on. So it's got to be back here then. Parking brake. Don't need the parking brake. What's that? That's the battery off, battery on. Cab change. Indicators on or off pressed. One final check on this side again. LZB off. No, thank you. I will need it on though, won't I? Let's see for on. LZB on. There we go. Check back here. I don't think we need to switch anything on from what I recall. No, don't think so. Okay. Down here. Anything else we need to do? Electronic, magnetic, timetable light dimmer, 100%. And over here should be all tickety boo. Yep, cool. Sit in the chair, lock the doors. Right, oh yeah, the indicators are on. What do I have to do? I'll control it manually for the time being. We'll find out if the setup I just did was wrong. Let's put a bit of power on and depart the station. Are we going to get moving? Negative. Negative. Oh yeah, of course, the brake key. That might be a wise idea. Now you got some power. Right, let's go to the max. Come on, train. That's it. There we go. She's an old girl. The oldest of the ICE fleet, I believe. 401 ICE1. Now, first station stop will be Fluda, which is 86 kilometers away. Right, now basically what we do is we let the train drive itself, other than acknowledge CIFA. Because I've got LZB turned on. And LZB will be usable for the entirety of the route. Thank goodness. Slovakia warm-up, what do you think will be on the roadmap tomorrow? Probably maybe updates on progress of routes that are in the pipeline at the moment, like I don't know, what is there? The Great Western Expressway Master, maybe the Dutch route at a push, maybe the what else? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. The Japanese route, that's much more in development, isn't it? From Union Workshop. So, and maybe just some updates on the routes that are soon to be released on the US and UK side of things. Like we've got the NBA commuter launching tomorrow, which I only recently found out was actually delayed. I've forgotten about it, really, to be honest with you. It was meant to come out in October, but was delayed by a week or two, something like that. And the West Coast Main Line over Shap route is coming out. Is it next week or the week after? But yeah, that route is very much one I'm looking forward to. Whether I'll get it on release day, I have no idea yet, but looking forward to that route in particular. And as far as the other routes, and that is soon to be released, maybe towards Christmas, like the route by Alan Thompson Simulation, was it the Manchester Airport commuter? Maybe we'll get some more information on, you know, surface patterns and a little bit of information about the route itself, some photographs of it, and yeah, the usual, really. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. The schedule that's you know, ebbing and flowing all the time. A lot of obviously conversations, discussions to be had about, you know, which route you're looking forward to and which route's going to come next. Is it going to be, you know, the Scottish, Jesus Christ, the Manchester Airport commuter, or is it going to be the Great Western Express remaster, or another German route from Train Sim Germany, which has not been confirmed as to what that route even is. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things in the pipeline for Train Sim World. Some of it I like, some of it I'm not really looking forward to it. Doesn't really interest me as much, but I'll just see if I can get a picture of the roadmap on my iPad, if I can even find it. There we go. I think that's it. Well, lovely sunset. Look at that. It's like a painting in the sky. You know, you see one of those landscape pictures of sunsets. Big fluffy clouds like you see in the films. Lovely. Yeah, but I just got a picture of it here. In the 0 to 3 month section, we've got 4 routes. 3 of them obviously have been revealed. One's coming out tomorrow. Yeah, the MBT commuter launches tomorrow. The West Coast Mainline Preston to Carlisle, West Coast Mainline over Shap route, whatever you want to call it. That launches on November the 21st. The Manchester Airport commuter, I imagine, will maybe be squeezed in to December before Christmas. I'd be very surprised if we got the unnamed German route from Train Sim Germany before Christmas. We'll probably get that next year or January. There's also the Cargo Line Volume 3 Intermodal Pack from Skyhook, if you're interested in that sort of thing. As far as updates, there's a couple of interesting updates to the 5 Circle. It's getting the Leavenmouth branch and a new livery, the Rail Link livery, for the ScotRail Class 158 for free, which is cool. And as far as updates in the 0 to 3 month section, it just says TSW5 post-release improvements. Probably a list as long as your arm regarding improvements and fixes. Still a lot of work needs to be done to West Coast Mainline South and Frankfurt Fuda Kingsland Tollbahn. And as far as future stuff. There's obviously the Great Western Express Remastered. If they could get that out before Christmas, I'd be very, very satisfied. Because I love Great Western Express Remaster. Well, I mean, it's my local route, and it's the first UK route ever launched for Train Sim World. So to get that remaster will be, yeah, that will be very exciting for me in particular, but for a lot of people as well. But yeah, as far as other stuff that's coming to the game, just looking at the list, there's a new German route. I don't know how to say it correctly, but it's the Ludwigsbahn going from Mannheim to Kaiserslautern. That's been made by Dovetail. That looks interesting, depending on the rolling stock. The Cardiff City Network, the first Welsh route in Train Sim World, that's another one I'm looking forward to. The Dutch route, I'm not really that interested in. That may surprise a few of you. I do like seeing new European nations represented in Train Sim World, but the Netherlands is not really my forte. I would prefer a route, set in Italy, or a proper route set in Italy or within the borders of Italy. Spain, another route in France, I'd love to see that. The Todami line, I'm not sure. It looks fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I'm not quite sure yet. And as far as loco add-ons, there's a new UK locomotive from Just Trains. I don't know what that is yet. I'm sure he will reveal it in due course. There's a East Coast Mainline Diesel Rail Tour Pack. It's basically just a rebuilt Class 47 by the looks of it, so that doesn't interest me at all. The BR Class 104 and Peak Forest Expansion Pack, that does look interesting. Because yeah, it's something that's being added to a steam route and a bit of an overhaul, so I don't think we've had anything steam related in quite some time. As far as major improvements to the route experience, so that I'm much looking forward to. There's a San RFA gameplay pack from High Iron Simulations. I like High Iron Simulations products, but yeah, the San RFE gameplay pack doesn't interest me. It's just the same Santa FE F7 locomotive with probably some new liveries and tutorials and scenarios. And finally, there is a new German locomotive being made by Simtrack Studios. Let's hope it's not a re-liveried reskin on an existing unit we already have, or a unit that looks incredibly similar to the German stock or locomotives that we have at this moment in time. And finally, there is the Cargo Line Volume 4 pack from Skyhook Games. This is an interesting one though. Military. That's going to be interesting. What that could be. Loading fighter jets or tanks or army trucks or, I don't know, chemical weapons. I don't know. Ballistic missiles, God knows. But yeah, that Cargo Line for Volume Military pack does interest me actually, because it is so different. And yeah, that's the stuff so far that's been that's the stuff that's in the pipeline for the distant future in Train Sim World. I'm going at full throttle, aren't I? I'm maxed out. Really struggling to get to 250. No, we're only on at 1.2% gradient. Should be a little bit faster than that. Yeah, max throttle. I'll have a cup of tea, or a sip of tea I should say, and look at the chat, which is moving away in the corner of my eye. Or moving down I should say. Sajo Kin, hey, how are you? Hope you've been well. Spurs well. Yeah, I've been not too bad. Sajo Kin, not too bad at all. I've had sister's birthday this weekend, and we've had a good celebration. That's my cousin's birthday today as well. So yeah, full to the brim with birthday celebrations and etc. etc. Sadake, now I think we do some watch along streams for these if you have the availability and wanted to. Watch along streams. I don't know what you mean by that. Maybe it's because I'm getting old. I don't know. You'll have to clarify what a watch-along stream actually is. I'd be rather interested to know that terminology. What is a watch-along stream? I mean, I can't watch a game, can I? Because I'm playing it. You mean like watch a program or something, like TV or film or something? I don't know. Slovak warm up in the Mannheim to Kaiserslautern will include the 111, 425 and maybe something else. The one, oh really? Is that been confirmed? Is it the 111 and the 425? They're already their locomotives already have, right? Well, the 111 is that launched earlier this year, and the 425 we've had for years. What, 4 or 5 years now? Sadiq hopefully for the Heathrow branch for the Great Western Express would be willing to wait if they do that. I don't think they're going to add the any extensions to the Great Western Express route, which is a shame. Mainly because they don't have the license for well, thinking in this route. When did it come out? Nearly 10 years ago. So TfL, was TfL well a thing back in 2016? Trying to think long and hard here. I think they were, but I don't think they were running the Heathrow Express or the Heathrow shuttle services from Heathrow, either Terminal, I don't know, what is it? I think Terminal 1 existed back in 2016, didn't it? So, yeah, what was it? Terminal 1, 2, 3, and 4? I don't know. Did Terminal 5 open in 2016? I don't know Heathrow Airport that well. I don't go there very much. I'm not much of a airport fan. I don't like flying, so, yeah. But I know Dovetail don't have the Heathrow Express license, so to get around that, they're going to put in a Class 387 from, was it the London Commuter, and just, yeah, leave it in a red livery and no branding whatsoever, and shuttle back from, trying to think here, London Paddington, and what's the station before, on the main line before Heathrow? It's not Southall, is it? No. Slough, isn't it? Slough, right? No. That was silly. Hayes and Arlington, isn't it? Yeah, of course. But yeah, I agree. It would be fantastic if we could see that route extended and adding the various branch lines. I'll definitely be a fan of that, but I'm not going to do that, unfortunately. I know I've seen calls for the route to be modernised for today's standards, but the fact they don't have the GWR licence anymore makes it very, very difficult, which is a shame. But Hey, what? Nikki Ruse 2786. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Sounds like you're getting tired of Dovetail's shenanigans. I wouldn't say tired of it. When you mean their shenanigans, I suppose you mean launching routes now in a bit of a poor state with a high price tag attached. Yes, I'm getting a bit frustrated with that, if that's what you mean. But as far as the choice of routes goes, I don't really have much to complain about at the moment. I'm pleased with the routes that they've announced so far. That's coming to for the next, I presume, the next calendar year. MBTA commuter. Looking forward to that. Will I get it tomorrow? I don't know. The German route, not sure. Have to wait for more information on that one. Mannheim to Kaiserslautern. Cardiff City Network. That's a big plus for me. I look forward to getting my grubby hands on that one. First Welsh route in Train Sim World. And it just leaves the Dutch route, which I'm sure will please a lot of people, but it just doesn't interest me. But as far as the current state of certainly the new routes that were added to Train Sim 5's launch cycle, 100% West Coast Mainline South and the Kingsigtalbahn Frankfurt to Fluda should not have been released in the state that it was released in, because in my view I think it was a rushed effort, a poor effort, certainly from a scenery perspective and a timetable perspective as well, and yeah, it needs a lot of improvements, there's no doubt about that. So maybe that's I don't know, the tone of my voice maybe makes me sound more negative than what I am. I'm actually reasonably positive, but there's a tinge in me that's like, well, it's good, but it's not so good at the same time. We've got 17 kilometers to go until Fluda. So again, it's sort of what it says, go live and watch the Dovetail stream while it's live. I never really thought about it, to be honest with you. I don't really watch any of their live streams. Not even route previews anymore, to be honest with you. Roadmap, maybe I'll take a look into it, but it just drags on for too long, and sometimes it raises more questions than it does answers, to me personally. So yeah, watch-alongs with Dovetail, I don't know. It's not really something I really thought about. Maybe one day, but I don't think I'd have the hardware and the tech to do that yet. I'll be honest with you on that front. No, it's alright, no need to apologise. It's always good to come up with interesting questions or suggestions for new types of content on the channel. Any suggestions are welcome. Cytokin, I think the Heathrow brand has been absorbed into TfL, so they have a shot to get it. They could get it. I just can't remember if the Heathrow brand was under TfL Rail branding in 2016. It's a long time ago. I can't remember. like to say maybe, but you know, then they'll then say, oh well, it was this point in 2016 when it was not under TfL rail branding or something like that. You know, they'll get into specifics then, like, oh, which month of the year was it? Was it in season, time of year, spring, summer, autumn? I don't know. We've got 7 kilometres to go until Fulda. I have my trust in the train. It's braking itself. I always hate this every time I get to a station, because I just want to put the brakes on and control it myself, but I'm going to let the train do its thing. It feels so weird, even though I've done it more than once. I don't know why it feels so nerve-wracking to me. I don't know. Don't you get that feeling when you have like LZB and you know you have the train driving itself and just gives gets you butterflies in your stomach? You know what I mean? I was tempted to do 2 routes in one stream, where we, you know, do a full-length run of Kassel Würzburg, then go back in the other direction from Würzburg to Fulda, and then hop on the what do you call it, Kingsigtalbahn, and then do the run from Fulda to Frankfurt. But I don't think the stability of that route, Frankfurt-Fulda, is well, any different really. It was very choppy when I did a first look stream for it a month ago. I don't know if it's really improved. I have my doubts. Right, 2 kilometers to go. We're ahead of schedule. Wow. Nearly 4 minutes. Wow. Considering we set off late, I'm very surprised. And the train's picking up speed. Oh my god, really is picking up speed. Whoa, don't do that, train. Hate it when you do that. Picking up speed that quickly. Now, is it going to brake itself? Because we are going quite quickly at the minute as we're coming up to the station platform. Is it going to brake? I have a terrible feeling it's not. No, it's not. Whoa! Brake, 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 brake. These are very... on step 2. I just realised the train wasn't going to brake itself onto the platform, because obviously the signal was displaying a green aspect and not a red aspect, but that is perfect as far as braking goes for me. Panicked, but stopped pretty much on the mark, sir. Very pleased with that. But here we are, we're at Fulda. Would have been cool if we had the the 411, you know, trundling in and out of Fulda as AI. That would have been quite cool. Oh well, never mind. Passengers are disembarking from the coaches. It's good to see. Busy train, and we have to wait for just under 4 minutes. Hey, Banana Craft, hope you're well. Nice to see you, my friend. Welcome. Haven't heard from you in a little while. Hope all is well. Hope all is positive. Just going for a spin on the German high-speed route, Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel to Würzburg. And since we've stopped at Fulda for a few minutes, I think it's best I Say the usual YouTube shenanigans. If you've enjoyed the stream up to this point and you like what you see or hear, then of course, yeah, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are new for the first time and you're watching it, be it live on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Apparently the 411 was added to the ICET, was added to Naverka Dresden's timetable. I took a look at that timetable and it was nowhere to be seen. So, a little bit confused regarding that particular addition to Naverka Dresden. Because apparently it replaced the 406 ICE3M from Kurlaken, but yet the ICE3M was still there on the timetable and not the ICET, so I don't know what's going on with that. But if it does get, well, I'm sure eventually get added to Naverka Dresden's timetable, just got to take the train out, the ICE3M, and stick in the ICET. Yeah, but it'd be cool to have that running around on Naverka Dresden. The more use you can get out of the ICET, the better. Because it's a brilliant ICE multiple unit. I mean, I think there's, 4 trains now it's been added? Right, so far. The ICE1, which is what I'm operating now, the ICE3M, or 406 ICE3M, or whatever, the Kurlaken one. Then there's one from München Augsburg, which I think is the same ICE, I think 406 train that we've got on Kassel, Würzburg, and yeah, that's right, yeah. I'm getting my ICE3s confused. And then you've got the ICE-T, which is my personal favourite. It's slower, which makes it different. Right, we're about to depart, so let's lock the doors. Moon is in the sky, you can see. Right, wait for the brakes to fully release. Make sure the train is making all the right noises, and I think we can then get moving. The next and final stop is Würzburg Hauptbahnhof, which is 85 kilometers away. Full power. There we go. Now I'll let the train do what it needs to do. Banana Craft doing okay, been busy with things, so not got around to being on your streams. It's alright, I haven't done much streaming, to be fair, Banana Craft. My last stream was over 10 days ago, so you haven't missed much, don't worry. Maybe, Sodikin, maybe it's a PC thing, who knows, eh? Sodikin haven't brought Frankfurt Fluder though, so can't confirm. Ah, fair enough. Banana Craft got Planet Coaster 2, still haven't got around to playing it. Oh well, I'm sure that time will come, and I'm sure you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of that game. Banana Craft models and makes the train get confusing at times, yeah, especially when well, most of them look the same. You're telling me. Don't even get me started on the amount of 66s we have in the game. Because then you have to ask me, oh, which EWS 66 variant do you like? I'll be like, the one that has good sounds. I think there's like one from East Coast Way, one from Southeastern High Speed. There's another one in the East Coast Main Line in like a dirty livery. Then there's the railroad treatment train, which is in yet another EWS livery. And there's that 66 pack as well from Rivet Games. Two variants, that one is. Well, two liveries. So yeah, way too many 66s. We need another UK freight locomotive. There's no doubt about that. I'm surprised it's taken Dovetail this long. That means if they're going to do it, maybe they're just happy to keep it as a running joke, reusing the 66 over and over again. I like the 66, don't get me wrong, but I just wish it would be nice to have something new, you know. Banana Craft, it's class 66 to me, and model is just an upgrade from the last. I don't know if any of the 66s we have in the game actually are visually different from a model perspective. Maybe the one from Rivet Games might be different as far as a model goes. I think maybe, did it have the addition of a plough or something like that, or a different type of coupler? I'm not sure. But what a joke of a pack that was, that is, honestly. Good thing I'm not going anywhere near that. I only got the railway treatment train just so you can add ton load of AI or playable services to the British routes. Not like I'm going to do any of them. I have no interest in doing railway treatment train stuff. I tried it once and yeah, I didn't like it. Tunnel. We're due into Würzburg at 17:29. I reckon we should arrive at the station comfortably within that time. Simon, hey, nice to see you. Hope you're well. I did suggest they could provide a model livery to 3708, 2047, etc. in the gameplay pack, as they have the models and clearly have the EWS Deutsche Bahn license. Maybe. I personally would like to see something brand spanking new, but maybe. Banana Craft, class 50 be nice of a class 70 as a good cargo trains, yes. Either one of those I'd be very happy to see. We need some variety badly to the UK freight size, and I don't mean just new liveries for existing locomotives. I mean an actual built from the ground up new locomotive that we've never seen before in the game, you know. I'm actually quite surprised they haven't produced another variant of the 66 for a German route, as they, I think the 66s or a family of those locomotives. I think there are some in Germany that do freight action. Under what brand, I have no idea, but I do know that 66 has been exported to Germany for freight traffic, and even I think sometimes in other countries it's actually been used on passenger duties. I think, is it in Africa, maybe? Don't think Asia, but definitely Africa. I was looking at pictures of it the other day, and I was like, wow, 66 in doing a passenger service. Not a rail tour, like a proper passenger service. I think it was in Africa. Yeah, it was. Yeah, pretty sure it was. We've got 65 kilometers to go until Würzburg up to Bahnhof, and then we will switch trains and do a short little route journey from Würzburg to Fluda. So it won't be the longest stream that I'll be doing. Nice and quick. Simon, yeah, I'd like to see something new too, but those trains do exist in those liveries, and it'd be nice to see them in modern routes. True. Agreed. But then again, they appear on some, well, a big majority of the modern British routes because they do rail tour services. Simon, certainly an 08 to shunting to modern routes. I'd consider that. I would like to see that. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait for that West Coast Main Line over Shep route. I think the 08 has what, 6 hours of 6 hours of shunting services alone, I think, in the Kingmore area, just outside Carlisle, just beyond Carlisle. That's just crazy, absolutely. That's madness. 6 hours, holy crap. Then there's obviously other shunting duties at Preston Station as well. You know, with rail mail and all that kind of stuff, parcels, and I imagine just getting the trains into position. It's got a fair few shunting services on Blackpool branches, not just at Preston, but Blackpool North as well. I mean, I agree that they're not a total of 6 hours, but there's some added variety there. You know, at least location-wise. But yeah, as a fan of shunting, or an enthusiast of shunting, switching, however you want to call it, yeah, 6 hours of 08 shunting, yeah, that easily ticks the box for me. Whether I'll do it 6 hours straight, that's another question, but yeah, more the better. We've got just over 50 kilometers to go until Würzburg up Bahnhof. The sun has now set. The sky is beginning to darken. Well, it's already pretty dark, but you know what I mean. But on the I would like to see more shunting jobs, like complete yard or something to build up trains like they did on the Canadian route within the UK. Maybe. It depends if the yards are big enough to do those kind of duties. I was surprised they didn't do any shunting like services on what yard is it? It's on South Eastern High Speed. I'm trying to think of what the yard is called. It's where most of the 66s are gathered. I can't remember the sodding yard, but I know what it is. I know what it looks like. I just don't know what the name's called. It's not Toten yard. Is it Toten yard? No, it's not that. It's on the middle of the main line. But yeah, that on the South Eastern High Speed, the yard. I'm surprised they didn't add a Class 08 there, because the yard was a reasonable size. There was a lot of wagons already in the yard. Who Junction, that's it, yeah, Simon's got it, that's the one. I'm thinking of other routes shunting wise. Difficult. Maybe historic, let's think historic routes, maybe. Trans-Pennine, definitely. That needs way more shunting services as far as I'm concerned. Passing a freight train there. On our right, you can probably hear it. Maybe you can't see it, but I can just about make it out. Yeah, as far as remasters go, Northern Trans-Pennine would be top of the list for me. Mainly because it's my favourite route in the game. But yeah, routes that need a remaster. Well, they were changing subject all of a sudden, but if I wasn't being so biased towards Northern Trans-Pennine, I think top of the list would be Peninsula Corridor, no doubt. That needs a lot of work and improvements. And closely followed, I think, a route that's been kind of forgotten. I think Rapid Transit, that could do with a pick-me-up. First German route in Train Sim World. Can't forget that. I think it's the only German route in the whole Train Sim World franchise which doesn't have any freight services whatsoever. I think. I might be wrong on that, but I believe it is the only route where it's just pure passenger and nothing else. So there's your fact of the day. It's a pretty useless fact, but there you go. Simon will make those gameplay routes feel more worth the price and be a quick way of giving us a freight train to drive in a modern route with something up in 37. True. Banana Craft Class 08 and 09 and longer working, they are all either on private rails or museums, unless I'm wrong. It depends on the time period, I suppose. That's the beauty of a Train Sim World, is that you can play with time and pick a year that would get the best amount of gameplay out of it, out of a possible route. Simon, Wembley on the West Coast Main Line south could have shunting. But, oh yeah, definitely. definitely. That's a big yard that's not utilised enough. I don't think it can be done at the moment because obviously the route is in a terrible state, not just from a scenery perspective, but a timetable and a performance perspective as well. Because, yeah, let's be honest, it's not the smoothest experience when you're going on a passenger service into London Euston, or just in the London area in general. Frame rate isn't exactly tickety-boo. But like I said earlier, West Coast Main Line South needs a lot of work done to it before they can add any new services, or let alone any new bits of rolling stock onto that route. It needs a lot of work from my perspective. It was better than I expected, but yeah, it should not have been released in the condition it was in on launch day. Sorokin, yeah, rapid transit really needs it. Siri decided to interrupt me there. Apologies. That 442 still won't stop for me. I've never used it. I think do I even have the route installed? I've no idea. Probably not is the answer. But yeah, rapid transit. I'll have to get into that. See what state it's in. Probably not a very good state. But yeah, a lot of improvements can be made across the board. Sounds, physics, bugs. The 182 easily, that just needs new sounds from, well, it just needs the sounds from the OBB 1116, and then that's that sorted. And oh yeah, also Leipzig Hauptbahnhof station, the ground level station is pretty much non-existent. Looks like a bunch of sidings rather than the entrance to a major rail interchange station, or terminating station I should say. But there you go. Urban Underground Rapid Transit was a good route. Found a bug in the old TSW to complete all the routes and got a trophy for it too. Simon, Freightliners have 9 Class 08s according to Wiki. Oh, Freightliner. That would be a nice brand, a freight brand to have in a train symbol. Freightliner. Simon, near Rapid Transit needs a huge improvement, quite a poor timetable, very quiet trains. It got a new timetable, didn't it? Like 2-3 years back. The original timetable it came with was, well, it was crap. Let's not beat the bush about it. It was awful. It was hideously quiet. They did kudos to Dovetail at the time. They did, produce a brand spanking new timetable, and they did add a lot more services, not only for the Talent 2, but the 182 as well. And they also utilised the 143 and the ICE 3M train onto the timetable as well. Some playable and some AI. So they did improve the timetable. Well, they built a new one from scratch basically, but maybe as it's aged, it needs further work. It's got quite a lot of stations, Rapid Transit. I remember, I think it was like over 24 maybe stations. It was a lot of stations at the time. It still is, really, when you think about it. It's still a lot to this day. Simon Nielsen built it without any sidings for free. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I that explains why the freight rail scene is pretty much non-existent, because the freight sidings and things like that wasn't even built. But yeah, rapid transit, I mean, it was very early on in Train Sim World's infancy. Ooh, when did it launch? 2017, years ago. Very long time ago. So at the time I could understand, you know, Dovetail's caution on things like missing services and missing freight and infrastructure and all that, because it was, you know, very much a learning experience for the team as it is for us, the players at that time, learning how to get the best out of Train Sim World, the tech under the hood, so to speak. We've got just over 10 kilometers to go until Würzburg Hauptbahnhof, and do not worry, the return service will be in daylight conditions, I can assure you that. We're nearly there, ladies and gents, nearly there. Banana Craft, Class 08's even made into a Class 09, or a few were converted into the 13s, but a few 08s are around. Oh yeah, Class 13, that'll be interesting. That'll be a nice addition. Simon, the addition of a full Hauptbahnhof station would help a timetable. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I think the roof was made, but everything else was, yeah, it's just non-existent. I think the tracks were put down, like, to a point, but then, yeah, disappeared. Blimey, it's pitch black now in the game. Blimey. How fast time can fly. Then you can actually run short intercity express services with the ICE1 and ICET. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if we could have like a big giant mega route where we had Leipzig to Riesa, and then obviously have the existing Riesa to Dresden, and then just stitch them all together, make one big long route. That would be awesome, because they did that for Train Simulator. Imagine if they did that for Train Sim World. That would be awesome. I better put the phone down for a minute and focus what I'm doing. I need the cab. There we go. I found the right switch in the end, but I think it was too late. I couldn't see because the cab light. No, it's the desk light, you fool. That's it. That's the one I want. Would be very nice if the brakes would release. But I don't think I'm going to get that option. We're still chugging along, albeit at a reasonable speed, so we might have a chance. Which button is it? Which one? Which one? Which one? LZB, where are you? Turn it off. We'll come to a standstill. Can I put the throttle on? No, it won't make a difference. No. Charge the brakes, I suppose. Desk light on. Should be okay to move now. He says. Come on, train. Don't let me down. Come on, train. Come on. I can hear it making a noise and buzzing away. There's a B override. There's a B acknowledge. I haven't driven this train in ages, so do forgive me if I take my time here. Maybe something on the back wall still. Never knew PSB was off. I thought I turned it on. Obviously I didn't. SB is off. CIFA is now on. Oh, it stopped making that noise. Maybe that's a good thing. Let's turn the throttle off. Might be a wise thing to do. And release the brakes. Apply a bit of throttle, hopefully it will move. Come on, train. You can do it for me. Do the usual trick. Raise the pantograph. Close the circuit breaker. Sometimes it takes a second to start acceleration. He'll fill brake overcharge. Have I left anything on that I shouldn't have? Just gonna push every button and hope something magical happens. Oh yeah, some of these, haven't I? I'm such a numpty. I thought I turned it off, but I didn't. Believe it or not, we're still ahead of schedule. Funny that. But we're moving. I'll toggle the cab light, but that doesn't want to work. Of course it doesn't. There we go. Würzburg, just over 900 meters away. Despite hiccup at the end, we made it. And believe it or not, we're on time. Alright, on the final approach to Würzburg Hauptbahnhof, the end of the platform. 500 Hertz magnet zone. So we just got to keep calm and chug into the station at a very low speed, but maybe not. Okay. Okay, I was expecting that, but there we go. We made it. It's not perfect, but the train is on the platform in some way, shape or form, so I'll take it. Far from perfect, but as long as we make it to the end, that's all that matters, as far as I'm concerned. Simon, the station is one of the best in the world. Leipzig Hauptbahnhof, I presume you're talking about. Now we have about 20 German trains they could lower in. That'd be awesome. So keen to be around here. I was part of the core main line between Leipzig and Berlin. Oh, never knew that. But no, it would be nice if they did some longer routes. It would be nice. But I don't think we'll get a 100 plus route, well, from Dovetail anytime soon. Maybe from a third party dev. That is possibly on the cards. Simon, the South End Rapid actually goes back to the line to Riso in real life. Huh? Be cool to have a network route. Oh yeah. Well, we're getting a network route, aren't we? The Cardiff City network. So that should be good fun. Right, let's jump into the 403. We've got the rainbow liveried variant, and we got the, let's take the rainbow liveried variant, something different I suppose. Let's go from Würzburg to Fluda. Does it not do any of those services? Stopping at Fluda? No? Oh. That's Fluda to Kassel. I don't want that. Alright, what about this one? That's probably the same. Oh. That's a pain in the neck. The 101, it's there, let's use it I suppose. What's this one? Kassel to Würzburg. Kassel to Fluda. That's at midnight. Oh well, that'll have to do. 901 service, we'll make use of it. There's some light cloud again. We'll do that service in the we're not going from Würzburg, but it will do. That's okay, Bananacraft. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Right, we'll just do this short, stubby service with the 101, stopping at Fluda from Kassel, and then I'll call it a day, I think. Okay, this is going from Hamburg Altona to Karlsruhe Hauptbahnhof. The good old 101. I was tempted to get the expert version of this train, but I decided not. On the discount, maybe one day. LED brightness set to 100%. Unlock my doors. Oh yeah, gotta put the reverser in. There we go. I've assumed this locomotive should have a LZB. The battery is on. Signal lights to headlights. CFA, PZB, and LZB. Thank you very much. Headlights set to the bright position. We'll set that to reduced. Right, we'll just wait for the passengers to board. The good old trusty 101. Right, time to go. I don't think there's hardly anyone on this train, if anyone that is. Let's lock the doors. Let's go to the one and only stop, which is Fluda, 86 kilometers away. Let's see the train depart. Wheel spin by the sound of it. A lot of wheel spin. A lot of wheel spin. Wheels are still spinning. Crazy. There we go, it stopped. Simon, I really wanted, particularly for the cab car, but £30 is too much for a locomotive. Oh yeah, 100%. I agree with you. To be honest, I mean, I don't really have much care for the cab car. I like local haul trains without a cab car. So, oh sugar, why the hell are we going so fast over the speed limit? I thought I'd put LZB on. I turned it on, right? Yeah, LZB's on. Oh yeah, sugar. RFB. SIFA. AFB. Zugbeeinflussung. AFB. Zugbeeinflussung. There we go. I think AFB, I should say, should be working. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't have much care for the cab car, really. I mean, it's a great piece of kit, no doubt, but yeah, I mean, I prefer the 101 we've got, where there is no cab car. It's just loco hauled without a cab car in any way, shape or form. But the locomotive itself, the 101, yeah, definitely the expert version is better from a simulation perspective. Much more in depth, better sounds, and I think it's got a different livery as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's got the white ICE livery, as well as the usual Deutsche Bahn red. So I would get I'll probably get the expert version of that, of the 101, when it's on a steep discount. It needs to be like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70% off maybe, and then I'll pay for it. But no. Not at £30. No. Now of course you'd then ask, well then Spurs Rail, if you're not prepared to pay £30 for an in-depth locomotive, are you prepared to pay £3 more than, or £2 more than for the West Coast Main Line over Shap route? 100%. Because it's the longest UK route in trains in the world. The route looks stunning. The locomotives, well, there's only one new one, the 87, but the rest of the rolling stock looks. It looks like it's had a bit of care taken to it. You know, not only new liveries, but a few new additions to the rolling stock, like new sounds or maybe some physics changes and bug fixes, etc. And it's a Just Trains product, so it's going to be good. I'm interested to see what the locomotive add-on from Just Trains is. I was thinking it was a Class 50 because of the picture, the little poster that was displayed of a Class 50 on Blackpool branches. I was thinking it might be that, but I'm starting to think it might not be that, because that just looks obvious, doesn't it? But either way, it's either going to be a loco add-on to one of his routes, or I'd be very surprised, pleasantly surprised, if it was a new locomotive for one of the modern day UK routes that have been around for 5, 6, 7 years, or some that have been out for less than 12 months, I don't know. We'll wait and see. Simon, I doubt I use the expert features much, even though I love the 101s in real life. I don't know, probably won't. If I did have access to it, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't even attempt to drive the unit on a full-length run service. It would probably take a lot of learning, you know, tutorials, and which I'm sure there's many of them for the expert version. But yeah, so much more in depth. You know, failures being an aspect. Having to sort out those failures, you know, the screens having way more information. So yeah, the problem for the expert version is it's not been fully implemented into all of the existing 101 services on other routes, let alone the one from Hauptstrecke Kassel, for goodness sake. So it needs more time to be bedded into the German routes in the game. I think it's only usable on, was it 3 routes, I think, so which is, well, for 30 quid it's nowhere near enough in my view, but there you go. Simon, I like the cab car. I see, right, that's why you love Deutsche Bahn Intercity so much. I see. I wouldn't mind some more maybe free liveries for the 101, but then again, there's always the Train Sim Community website and the Creators Club Hub thing where you can download liveries for the 101. Authentic liveries, I mean. I know there's one livery I really wanted to see on the 101, that was the Starlight Express musical theatre livery, but I doubt Dovetail will ever do that because of licensing, obviously. But that one looks stunning in black, it looks awesome, with the characters on the side, you know, really, really cool. Simon, to more routes now, and getting it adds the ICET's Dresden to Riesta. Oh, I never knew that. Okay. But then again, you could just go on Riesta Dresden, take away the ICE 3M and just stick on the ICET and then just do the service from or just set the path from Dresden to Riesa on the fast lines. Easy. Simon, I'm happy to pay for the West Coast Main Line because routes should be more expensive than local add-ons. Oh yeah, well, it depends again on the length of the route. I think, like West Somerset Railway, I think it's a great value for money. It's a brilliant product. Now it had that remaster. All done by one person, may I add. I think just one person in the whole Dovetail team has been doing these remasters, and what an incredible job the guy has done. I can't remember his name, but a Herculean effort, I must say. You know, not only making the route look so much better, but making a new timetable from scratch, it's not an easy thing. I imagine a lot of research goes into it. Me probably explaining it would probably hardly scratch the surface. Excuse me. Definitely have a cup of tea when I finish. We've got 59 kilometres to go until Fludo. It's great when we can run the 101, be it this version here for the time being on Kassel Würzburg, because obviously it has to go at 200 instead of 250 kilometres per hour, so it's a much slower experience. Personally, I quite like Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel Würzburg. I know a few people don't like it because of its boring linear driving style, where it's pretty much just, you know, flat out until you reach Fluda, and you haven't got much to do when you've got AFB and LZB on. Granted, but I think it's, you know, 116, 110, 113 miles long. Yeah, you can't beat that. And I think the scenery, I think, for a route that's over 100 miles from Dovetail is actually pretty good. It's rare, I'd say, those kind of things. A Dovetail route that looks good. It looks above average for them, so yeah. I mean, certainly from an infrastructure perspective, they've nailed it out of the park. I just feel like recently, for German routes and train sim, more particularly from Dovetail, I feel I've just taken a step backwards from the quality side of things. Because, I don't know, it just feels like that to me. Like, Bremen-Oldenburg was kind of a nothing route to me personally. Main-Tailbahn, that was... It is Main-Tailbahn, isn't it? Yeah, Main-Tailbahn was a huge disappointment for me, with the exception of the multiple unit itself. And Frankfurt Fluda, again, kind of in its current condition, is a little bit undercooked and underwhelming to me. VICET is a wonderful addition, but again, the route just feels incomplete somehow to me, and it looks a bit messy. Add the fact that the Flixtrain Vectron is a complete waste to the game at the moment. It's great we've got a new German brand in, no question, but come on, 6 services for that route. It's ridiculous. It needs to be used on a hell of a lot more routes. Because paying £15 for a Vectron, which is a brilliant locomotive, one of Dovetail's best German locomotives ever made, in my opinion. But yeah, just to add 6 services on one route, yeah, is a crummy return from my point of view. A crummy offering, paying £15. Not good enough. I mean, the rolling stock is good. It's a great package as far as a model is concerned, and the coaches look great and graphics, but again, just the playability of it is just not there. And I tried it, and when I looked at the timetable for it, I literally went, is that it? So yeah, I was very much unimpressed with the Flix train Vectron. It's really annoying because we already have a Vectron included with Frankfurt Fluder as standard. That's the Deutsche Bahn red version for the freight. So, you know what I mean? Paying for the same locomotive that you've already got. Which adds very little, if anything, to Frankfurt Fluder. Yeah. That's why, if you're wondering why I haven't done a live stream on the green Vectron, that's why. Because it's absolutely bloody useless. To me. But there you go. I mean, I know Flixtrain doesn't run many services that often, but you know, come on, I mean, stick it on some other route timetables at least, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's other German routes in the game that can utilise the Flixtrain Vectron, surely. Simon Hauptstrecke Rheinruhr needs a new timetable for. I knew you were going to say this because I saw your excuse me, this goes back months now. I saw your community post on in the forums on Hauptstrecke Rheinruhr. Well, I mean the route needs not only a new timetable but it needs a remaster. It needs updating visually as well as gameplay wise. Simon, the Flixtrain, absolutely, yeah, they could have easily added it to other German routes. Hopefully it will appear on the new Curl Aachen timetable that's somehow still in development after all this time. It's been, what, nearly a full calendar year since that's been announced and still in the pipeline. Unless it's getting, Curl Aachen's getting a remaster alongside the new timetable. Which is a possibility, wouldn't rule it out. I would love Kassel Würzburg to get a remaster, because I really quite enjoy Kassel Würzburg. I think as far as... I'm just trying to think of other German routes that badly need a remaster. Ooh, definitely München Augsburg. Oh yeah, 200%. That needs a massive remaster, because that is a shocking route. It has not aged well. It wasn't very good when it came out, and it's still not very good to this day. Yeah, München Augsburg needs a remaster as well. Pretty much all the routes that haven't got a remaster need a remaster. Not saying every route needs a new timetable built from scratch, but some do. We've got 33 kilometres to go until should be due in just under 15 minutes time. And then after that, yeah, I think I'll call it a day when we've reached Fluder. As far as the next stream is concerned, the next stream will be roughly same time, same place on a Monday. I can't do Sundays anymore, but I can do Mondays, which is a good thing. And I'm able to do streams on Mondays much earlier than I normally do, so the earlier I can do it, the better it will be for you. And the next stream will be, if I get my list routes I need to cover on the streaming side of things, or haven't covered in quite some time. The next route to look at will be it's either going to be, I'm not quite sure yet, I think it's either going to be Cajon Pass or the Birmingham Cross City line. It's one of those two. Not quite sure yet. Maybe Cajon Pass. But I'm leaning towards Birmingham Cross City more because the last stream I did was in California, actually, looking at the San Bernardino line, so maybe it's best I go back to yeah, Birmingham Cross City line. I'll do that next week. I quite enjoy Birmingham Cross City line. Speaking of Birmingham Cross City, I'm very disappointed that Dovetail, decided, oh, it's perfectly fine to add Class 350 and Pendolino AI into Glasgow Cathcart Circle Line, but yet they decide not to do that on the Birmingham Cross City Line for Birmingham New Street. Bizarre to me, but they decided to do Cathcart Circle and not do Birmingham Cross City Line. There you go. In terms of adding, just AI Pendolinos and Class 350s. Because then that would give Birmingham New Street a real kick up the backside as far as busyness is concerned. But yeah, I'll think about it, what route to stream on next. But I think I have my heart set on Birmingham Cross City. I haven't looked at it in ages, so might be in a worse state than the last time I looked at it. Who knows? But I do like Birmingham Cross City. I think it's quite a good route to me personally. I don't think it's all that bad. Simon, I don't think it's getting a remaster 2. It's just an off the main schedule product by Joey. Could see Flix Trains 2. For Carl Arkin, yeah, well, hopefully we'll have to wait and see. But a remaster would be welcome for Carl Arkin. To me, it would make sense. I mean, you're making a new timetable, why not just bundle in a remaster too? Get the job done, must you have the opportunity. Simon, next stream could be the later part of this service on Rosenheim to Salzburg. Is this train going to where's it going again? I forgot where it's going. Where's it going? Karlsruhe. Hauptbahnhof. Maybe. Didn't think of that. I could put it on this stream, maybe, but I can't remember if I've got Salzburg Rosenheim installed, actually. Really sure. I think I have. Then again, I'm thinking maybe not, because I'm trying to save space at the moment. The problem with this game is that it just takes up absolute tons of storage. It just eats it in a heartbeat. It's unbelievable. It's got more bloody. It's got more. Yeah, what is it? It's bigger than GTA 5. It's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. You think, you could have two GTA 5 PS5 versions put together, and Train Sim World 5 would be still larger than those two games combined. It's crazy. We've got just under 15 kilometers to go until our one and only stop, which is well, on this route. Simon, yeah, Birmingham across here desperately needs those trains. It's embarrassing how dead Birmingham New Street is. Agreed. Don't need to say anymore. Sonic second. It's weird how they've decided against adding layers to Birmingham New Street. Yeah, I'm not really sure why. Is it due to performance point of view? Is it because they just don't, well, maybe guys in the trenches, so to speak, probably do, but maybe because they've just got to just focus on making new content all the time. We need the money rolling in from higher up. That's probably why. Maybe in 10 years' time we might see it. Knowing Dovetail. They take so long when they're doing the simplest of things. I mean, it took them, what, 7-8 years to get a new live map in the game? Jesus. God help us. Simon, oh no, I'm wrong. I thought you chose a Butcher's Garden service. Oh, right. No, I didn't. I just picked what was there. There's not many services for the 101 on this route. Most of them are, well, I think 3 of them are at night. I think there's one in the very, very, very early morning. Simon, this train doesn't use that route. Ah, I see. Simon, Dovetail are just rubbish at bricklayering. It's most frustrating thing. So much wasted potential. Absolutely. I know exactly who to blame. It's the people at the top of the company. It's as simple as that. Henry or Henri, good evening. Hope you're well. Are you watching the PS5 version of Train Sim World 5? That is correct. It is indeed the PS5 version of Train Sim World 5. If I haven't put PS5 in the title, then I do apologise. Simple mistake from me there. I will add it in the title when the stream is done and dusted. I'm currently braking at the moment. Reducing speed. The G lamp has just flashed up. So I presume it means we're going way too fast at the moment. The train's not entirely happy with the speed we're doing. Speed of 100 kilometers per hour coming up as we are on the final approach to Fluda. G lamp has just disappeared, so satisfactory with the speed. I'm just thinking back to your comment you just made, Simon, about Dovetail, you know, being absolutely useless at bricklayering. Another element of that is another example, is what's it called? Is it the 142 Pacer? That's layered onto West Cornwall Local, but not Tees Valley Line. Maybe when that route gets a remaster, that will rectify the issue. But again, it goes back to your point. You know, why put on West Cornwall Local when you're not even going to bother putting it on Tees Valley Line? Which Tees Valley Line is much older than West Cornwall Local, but West Cornwall Local is a terrible route, really. From a visual perspective, it's absolutely useless. But here we are, pulling into Fluda, platform 6, ahead of schedule.
Sifa, Zugbeeinflussung.
There we go. Put the brakes on, just to be certain, and we can unlock the doors. And here we are, journey's end. Just lock the doors. Maybe not. Here I decided to do that for me, but yeah, we went to Fluda. Took me just over 32 minutes, 32 and a half minutes, and we covered 89.76 kilometers. And there we are. I think that'll do. Really quite enjoyed that, actually. Like I said earlier in the stream, it's been so long since I've done a stream on Kassel, Würzburg, so it's nice to get back into it and have some fun. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. If you did, then yeah, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then of course feel free to subscribe to my channel. Excuse me, the next stream will be on November the 18th, 2024. The next route I'll be taking a look at, or having a revisit, is the Birmingham Cross City line, which I actually don't have installed. But I will reinstall it and have some fun on the Birmingham Cross City line. I'm going to try and do the stream at between 7:30 at 7:30ish PM UK time. So hopefully you can all join me for that stream. If not, then I'll just like to say thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time. Appreciate your company.